This video shows how to enter indoor and outdoor design conditions in CHVAC. Click the I button in the toolbar to open the Indoor-Outdoor Design Conditions window. Let's take a look at the list of cities from which we can choose. If your city is in the list, you may type the first few letters of the city name and press Enter to select your city. Let's type Harris and press Enter to see if it finds Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It did find Harrisburg, and it copied all of that city's information into this window's inputs. Some cities in the weather database include 6 months of cooling weather data, while others include only the month of August. Harrisburg happens to have 6 months of data. Notice that January and December are included in the list of design months. It's important to remember that these are cooling design months even though they are in the winter. The cooling design months, outdoor dry bulb and outdoor wet bulb temperatures for the project can only be entered here on this window. There is no override for the outdoor conditions, including the winter outdoor dry bulb. But the indoor conditions can be overridden on both the air handler data window and the room data window. Let's take a look at the override inputs for the indoor conditions on the air handler data window. Click the Indoor Conditions tab. The outdoor conditions we entered are shown again here in gray boxes just for reference. And each of the indoor conditions can be overridden here and are shown with 0 goes to boxes showing the default values that will be used if you leave an input at the value of 0. If you do override a cooling indoor dry bulb value, for example, that indoor temperature will be used for this air handler and for all rooms in this air handler that do not have an override value entered themselves. Let's enter an override value of 78 degrees for the months of January and December for this air handler. Remember that these are months that will be used in the cooling calculations even though they are in the winter. Now let's take a look at the indoor conditions on the room data window. Click the Indoor Conditions tab. The outdoor conditions are again shown here. If we were to override the indoor dry bulbs or relative humidity values here on the room data window, the effect is different than when you override these values for the air handler. When you override these values for the air handler, all rooms that do not override these values will use the same indoor temperatures, so the effect is very simple. But if you override these for rooms in the air handler, the program does a couple of things differently. One, it uses your new indoor temperature for any loads in the room that are dependent on the indoor to outdoor temperature difference. And two, the program also calculates a new overall indoor temperature for the air handler, using a weighted average of each room's entered temperature combined with its sensible gain or loss. Thanks for watching.